What is
BS3 Network, changing the way you listen to podcasts.
My name is Al High, and you are tuned into Casual Highlights, the podcast, part of the BS3 Network. Thank you for tuning into another edition, Casual Highlights, the podcast. This podcast is where we love humanity, we live on purpose, and we highlight and talk about sports. My name is Al High. I am the founder. I am the host of this great platform, episode 73. We are part of the BS3 Network. This ain't going to be a long podcast. We're going to talk about the Sunflower Showdown between the men of KU and K-State. You know how your pastor say, you know that we ain't going to be before you too long, and they'll be before you for 2 hours. No, we gonna, my goal is to keep this under 20 minutes. Because we got to go there tonight or this morning as I'm recording this on March 7th. If you haven't checked out episode 72, go check out episode 72. I break down the women's tournament for the Big 12 coming out here in Kansas City starting this week, and I'm literally on the grind. But as I digress, let us get into what that was out there in Lawrence, Kansas that I witnessed between K-State and KU. A 90-68 beatdown of the Kansas State Wildcats. What the whole hell and the heaven was that? I don't know where to start or where to begin, but I feel like every time the Wildcats come into Allen Fieldhouse, somehow or another, don't matter what coach it is, it could be Bob Huggins walking through the tunnel. We could have an old school type of coach. Let me not say old school coach. We can even call up Frank Martin to come back and motivate the team. For somehow or another, it never fails that the Kansas State Wildcats lays an egg at the Allen Fieldhouse. Since I can remember, they have laid an egg. I don't even remember in my lifetime, since I've been watching KU and K-State, that they've kept the game at the Allen Fieldhouse close. They ain't even won there in 30 years. And this was I said it on a previous podcast that Kansas State has to figure out a way how to get 9 wins to get into the tournament. Plus some of these 9 wins have to be quad 1 wins that the committee looks at. They right now currently they are 7-10. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a Kansas State supporter, Emaw, Wildcat, every man a Wildcat, I need y'all to come together and get down to the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City for the men's tournament starting next week to come support Jerome Tang and these Wildcats, Tyler Medea Perry, Cam Carter, Arthur Kaluma and them. Somebody, what is going on? This was very disappointing. I thought it would have been a better effort at the Fieldhouse. Senior night, you gonna show up and show out. This was absolutely ridiculous of what I witnessed last night. Now let me go ahead and give credit to where credit is due. Now Kansas played. They kept the game. It was close in the first half. K-State was only down by 8. And to be honest, KU didn't play very well. They played poor defense in certain situations. Also, is this just me? Or am I seeing a lot of missed layups, not only on the men's side, but on the women's side? I mean layups where no contact or nothing. They just missing the layup, and they get scared and it's a miss. This KU should have scored 100 points. This game should have easily been 115, but we had all the missed layups. Unbelievable. Jerome Tang said it after the game. He was very disappointed. And I'm going to take it back to when Kansas State played Cincinnati and they were up by 1 and the player from Cincinnati hit that game-winning 3-point shot. I said, uh-oh, they in trouble. I said they had to win that game. And we knew, and everybody, most people knew, except Kansas State fans were holding on. that y'all wasn't getting a no W in Allen Fieldhouse. It's hard to get wins on the road, especially in Allen Fieldhouse. We go ask Houston how they did up at Allen Fieldhouse. Even though they're congratulations to them, they are the Big 12 regular season champions. Congrats to Kelvin Sampson and his squad. Go ask him about how KU shot the ball. They shot the piss out the ball. Close quote, according to Kelvin Sampson. KU shot the piss out the ball. But nevertheless, Jerome Tang was very disappointed in the performance, and the players had to look themselves in the mirror. He talked about that. Some people tried to make it a big deal about Jerome Tang not shaking the coach Self hand afterward. He was mad. They got their tail handed to them on the platter. Got lit up like the 4th of July. And it's only March. This is March Madness, not the 4th of July. I want to celebrate the 4th of July for the 4th of July with the fireworks. We shouldn't be having these type of fireworks at Allen Fieldhouse. No, we should not be doing that. This was, let's get to the stats. Tyler Perry, 2 points, 0 for 5 from 3-point line. Kaluma had 10. I mean, this was Cam was 1 for 7, had 3 points, and your two best, your big three only had 5 points. Let's see, this was a 90 to 68, so they lost by 22. If Tyler Perry give you 14 and Cam give you 10, I mean, this game we looking at maybe like a 10-point loss with effort, but everything just kept compounding. Oh my goodness, man, this was a beatdown. I mean, my goodness, man, they just stomped the brakes off him. But now let me give KU their credit, and Kevin McCullough is Kansas' best player. All right, he had 19 points, and he is very important to this team. I really believe him, Hunter Dickinson, DeJuan Harris is going to do his thing. He had 8 points. KJ Adams was out there balling, looking like the second coming of Charles Barkley. He had his 16. Johnny Furphy, he had a quiet little 8 points, But we need to give this gentleman by the name of Nick Timberlake the graduate transfer. I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a bold statement right now. I truly believe Nick Timberlake has rose to the occasion. I believe he is going to be the key for Kansas' run through the NCAA tournament. If Nick Timberlake does not give them what they need coming off the bench, they'll be done. They'll be done after the first weekend. But if Nick Timberlake gives them at least 8 to 10 points off the bench for KU, they got a shot. I'm saying that with confidence. Right now, Nick Timberlake has to have 10 points. I believe that they found something, and I believe Nick Timberlake finally has gotten comfortable. Sometimes, with basketball, it takes a little bit, or anything. When you're starting a new job or you're working with a team, sometimes it takes a little bit for things to get rolling. It might take, they've been playing together since June. Okay, they've been practicing, but then, then you play games, and then you travel, then you have injuries, and it takes a while to learn. That's in anything. And I believe Nick Timberlake is going to be the key to me. Hunter Dickinson is going to get his double-double. DeJuan Harris is going to be DeJuan Harris. Kevin McCullough, if he's playing, he's going to give you 20. But this Nick Timberlake, gentlemen, hey, he has got to be big. We don't know what Johnny Furphy, hey, we gonna get. Johnny Furphy is a phenomenal freshman. Don't get it twisted. Johnny Furphy is a great player. But this Timberlake guy, this Nick Timberlake, he is going to be the key for them, not only for the Big 12 tournament coming up, but also NCAA tournament time. Now, right now, the bracket predictions are like this. Kansas State is not even in the bubble. The bubble is either you on the line, the cut line, or not. Kansas State's not in the bubble. They go in NIT right now, if they go NIT. And I was talking to some people in the media about it after the game. They like, man, I'm saying, well, what if Kansas State gets a 1 seed in NIT? They looking at me crazy. They like, homeboy, they ain't going to even get a 1 seed. They probably going to go to a Missouri Valley school for the first round and be a 4 seed to play on the road. I said, ooh. I said, oh my. Because that's the way that they've been playing. And, and we can say, well, their best player, Tomlin, wasn't here. No. There were some games that Kansas State let get away. This team should not be right now with 10 losses in the Big 12. No way. There is just no way. And I think that's what a lot of Kansas State fans are like, man. So they got a chance to get some quad one wins. Their next game is at home against Iowa State on Saturday, who will Iowa State will probably be the number 2 seed in the men's Big 12 tournament. So they got a chance on Senior Day to show up and show out, to thank their fans, and to win at the house. You got to end the season with a win. You can't go into Big 12 on a 3-game losing streak. No, pack it in. No. So we will see what happens with that. KU is going to head down to Houston to take on the regular season Big 12 champions, like I mentioned earlier, the Houston Cougars. Man, let's give applause wherever you might be. I'm giving applause as I record this podcast right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelvin Sampson is that dude. Kelvin Sampson knows how to build a program. Kelvin Sampson want to talk about KJ Adams, and you get a towel and you ring it out for KJ Adams. You ring it out, it says winner. No, Kelvin Sampson, if we ring a towel out, if we take the sweat off and take all the sweat and put it on the towel of you and wipe it off, you are a winner, sir. You have built programs everywhere. You know how to build a program from scratch. And you know how to get players in position. You know the words to say. Then you got this coaching staff to back you up. So we got to give flowers to where flowers need to be. Coach Kelvin Sampson, if I had a vote today, you are my National Coach of the Year. You're going to be the Big 12 Coach of the Year. But National Coach of the Year, that is you, Coach Kelvin Sampson. You is that dude. Al High has said it, Casual Highlights. I speak for Casual Highlights. Kelvin Sampson, you is that dude. You is the coach. You going to be the Big 12 Coach of the Year. And also you need to be AP National Coach of the Year. I know the coach at South Carolina, Lamont, Coach Lamont out there has done a phenomenal job. I know they're going to talk about Rick Barnes. They're going to talk about the gentleman at UConn. I can't even remember the gentleman's name at UConn right now. Coach Hurley at UConn, and Shaka Smart at Marquette. But doggone it, Kelvin Sampson, you my Coach of the Year for college basketball. Because I mean, you, sir, are a winner, and we support winners. Okay, let me get off that nugget. As I digress, Big 12 men's tournament will be next week. KU has one last game at Houston on Saturday. And also K-State has a home game against Iowa State. That's my take on the Sunflower Showdown. That really wasn't no showdown. That was just a show out for the KU seniors to represent with their nice crimson red jerseys on. 7 seniors went out with a bang. It is what it is with that. This is Al High. Speaking on behalf of Casual Highlights, thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Follow me. Follow this platform. Coming up, I will be at the Big 12 Women's and Men's Tournament. I'll be posting content. My goal now, I'm going to be throwing it up. I'm going to be my iPad, be my iPhone. I got the camera. We're going to be just posting content from the Big 12 Women's Tournament that's coming up today as I'm recording this episode right now. But check us out. I'm about to blow the dust off the doggone YouTube page, Casual Highlights. Check us out on the YouTube, also Instagram. We're putting up photos on Casual Highlights, the YouTube page. And you can even check out my personal page, Al, that's AL.High, HYGH. Till next time, this is Al High. God is love, and disrespect your senses. Thank you for listening to Casual Highlights Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Also follow the platform on Instagram and YouTube at Casual Highlights. That's HYGHLIGHTS. Till next time, disrespect your senses.